enjoying your day, including my children. Blessings, you know. Um, you gotta, you gotta, excuse me, um, without going in some sunshine. That's something that I choose to do. And even on this hot, humid day, I still give all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor to the Most High. You know, so I wonder what you know, you all must be doing something I'm not seeing you, but hopefully you're doing things that you're wanting to do. You know, um, you know, I just advise everybody to be careful. Watch where they're going, where they're doing. You know, we're not in fear, but we're always aware of our surroundings. That's all I'm asking. Um, I give good cheer to some people in the other content creators, and you know, you know, some people they just don't understand when you're dealing with narcissists. They just can't control the fact that no one's ever going to worship you. that you have all these people, you have misused the city, state government, local officials to try to be something in life, to try to terrorize somebody else's life. You want it to destiny swap, but God has given you your life, and that's what you got to live. You got to live that. You have conspired on friends, family members, and co-workers this whole life just to get everybody paid. You can't always make a corporation off of me. You know, that's why I say you got to be wise with these demons. These demons want to rule, control, and dominate over everything you do. Some of them about 63 years old and older. Some of you don't even have no real relationship with these people. They just all about trying to get the money, trying to get some form of variety to be something. They so busy talking about what you doing, but they're the one doing it. And so I'm just trying to encourage people that today, yeah, I don't really do pagan holidays, but I enjoy the sunshine. It's kind of windy, cool air, and that's it. Bullies always want to intimidate. They'll send people thinking that's going to put you in fear, but there's no fear. There's no fear. I'm still going to continue to live this life the way that He wants me to, and that's what you got to do. Because, especially around these holidays, I just try to be encourager that they can't stand to see that whatever plot and plan and scheme that enemy had taught them, that narcissist had try to talk them into that they how they try to line their pockets up. It just can't be. You know what I mean? God, He He has He's all seeing and He's all knowing. If He knew for 1 minute that I wasn't going to survive this, or you wasn't going to survive whatever it is going on in your life, He wouldn't even put you to the test. He wouldn't. So, you just got to hang in there, regardless of what people say, what people think, and how they see you, that ain't really putting any money in your pocket, that ain't really doing anything for you. I got to leave those people alone. Always be smart. Shine through in my life, and that's just something the narcissists they can't even phantom. It irks their nerve that this one person I can't get them right where I want them, because you're not supposed to be controlling people. It's just the Most High testing them and saying, do I bring them higher or do I let them fall? Because if they ain't learning from these mistakes and these judgments, then judgment is over your wicked head. And so that's why I wanted to know. I mean, I know I can't really, operate with me be having such low subscribers, and that's why you don't see me doing much with the chat. But so I don't really see people. So when you catch this live, just know that God is going to protect us. I'm not trying to put no fear mongerish in him. Any prayer warrior, if they have some kind of inclination, knows to stay in prayer and in faith that God's going to supply all our needs, riches, and glory, no matter what is to come about. That if you haven't said your things to be with the Most High, then guess what? You're not worried about anything. If you have know that God died on the third day and rose, then you covered. If any harm was to come to you, he said, if you so much as dash your foot against a stone, then he's going to gather you up to the heavenly gates. So we're not living in fear. Hey, how you doing, Martin? It's good. God bless you. We're not living in fear, but we're staying in the will of the Lord. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of us righteous people, we are not afraid of anything coming on here. Not afraid. And so when people want to kind of throw that at you, I'm saying you must not know. You must not know the God of the impossible, because he going to take care of us. He going to take care of us. So, I can't always see what goes on in the comment section because I got a lot going on. But, the Most High keeps me to just get on here and prompt videos sometimes, so I can't always get in. And, it's anything that's in here hating on me ain't my friend and family. So don't even hear them. Don't even listen to them. Whoever's in the comment section putting negative stuff or hating or blocking me out so I can't see, if they doing that, they ain't something of mine. You got to use wisdom. They ain't something of mine, and if they ain't something of mine, they ain't gonna be none of yours. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you. So, I don't know what y'all be doing on these fourths. Are y'all eating good? Y'all got some ribs or beef or whatever you're doing. I don't judge. This is the time that you would spend with your family and your friends, and or if you're just by yourself like myself, enjoy being alive and feeling the air. If you got animals, and they're gonna do them fireworks, keep them geared up. You know what I mean? Because little animals, they go crazy. Or you got babies, they don't want to hear. Some of them don't like to hear the loud boom. But this is something strange because here in Georgia, I don't really see. I haven't heard a lot of fireworks. Where I used to be up north, they do it all the time. All the time. And I'm saying, you know what? It's illegal. It was at one point, I don't know about the laws now, but it was illegal to pop fireworks. And so they would do them all the time. You know what I mean? I guess it's the matter of fact of wanting to do something that you can't. Because here, I really don't hear it here in Atlanta. I don't hear nothing. But, that's good. You know what I mean? I know it's legal here because they got the fireworks shop open all the time. So, I'm just trying to ask everybody to stay encouraged. I'm enjoying it. I'm full. I am full. Me, I take my butt right to Golden Corral. Have me a cheeseburger, a beef hot dog. I ain't had to do no work. All I gotta do is foot the bill, eat, drink. You know what I mean? And so, pretty much, I'm kind of bossing down on all this. I'm realizing that as I get older, I have to get more strength and some things. I walk a lot. I walk a whole lot, so Even if I'm not in the gym, you better know that I keep my body moving. But there's some things that I need to work on. But all in all, I'm more working on my finances, my good health, friendships, and of course my wonderful, beautiful children. Those are things that I can control. So shout out to the ones that want to control me. You know what I mean? Good luck, cause it's something. I tell you, when you serve the Most High, it's enough struggle trying to do what He telling you to do. You know what I mean? And people just don't like it. When you finally get your life right with the Most High, people they just don't like it. They want to see you that old person, even if you just was that for one party or for one segment of your life. They don't forget the wicked. You know, especially since I've been targeted. They say I'm not targeted, but I believe that, but in the sense that things haven't been cleared. Things haven't been done where I can live my life without other people coming down here trying to bother me and think I'm supposed to do something for them. I'm not supposed to do anything for you. You know, you can come on my channel, like and subscribe, and that's the only thing I could do for you, give you some wisdom. But everything else you got to get on your own. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. And so that's where I'm at today. So I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I'm enjoying. It's kind of such something of a wind coming in, like windy. I've been staying out the way. I did a little what's that called? Not pocket watching. What's the other word? Window shopping. That 50 cent here. It's a window shop. Hey, listen, I'm on a budget. I mean, right now I ain't got it. I ain't got it yet, but I know the Most High is going to open up doors that no man can shut. And so I try to encourage people, especially those who say they didn't target it. Don't let people take, talk to you and tell you that you can't be something. If they decided to target you, you were at some point in your life a threat. So when you become a threat and some bully trying to push you in something, don't join it. That's how the Most High felt when He was doing the 40 days and 40 nights. When the Most High was doing the 40 days and 40 nights, he was prompted by Satan. You see how Satan just appears to you. You see, when Satan is appeared to you, those are one of the signs. Those are one of the signs that you're getting close to your breakthrough. He's getting scared, so he's sitting up here trying to stop you from doing something that you should do. And that's all that was. That all he did was just let the Most High know that he was about to be worshipped over all the nations. And so don't get afraid when Satan appears to you. No scripture, no scripture. So you can detain yourself and always stay in the will of the Lord. You know, it's just some things that He interpreted in me when I'm trying to serve the Most High. When Satan appears to you, or people misuse you, or trying to be around you, or misuse you, or mistreat you, or trying to shame you, or make fun of you, just know that this is a very insecure spirit. And I laugh at it. It's an insecure spirit that no matter how insecure you are, that I'm always going to be higher than whatever you got going on. The Bible says pride comes before fall. If there were friendships, some of y'all have some of these narcissists beating themselves in the head, saying, I wish I would have been nice to her. I wish I would have been good to him. When I should have kept my marriage with him. I should have kept my marriage with her. You got some of your bully narcissists sitting up here wishing woulda, coulda. That once that supply is cut off, that supply is gone. Don't look back. These narcissists, that's all they do. They move around in a little triangle. They use one person, cut them off. Use the next person, cut them off. They keep going around the triangle, and they have nothing real to say. They just want to hurt
to hurt you. And when you stand in the will of the Lord, excuse me, I got this stain because I was drinking my little tea. If you could see it, I'm trying to cover it up. I ain't trying to show nobody nothing. But I'm working on getting me some more shirts and stuff. Because I got to get out here, put in work. Yep, and I ain't afraid about it. When you're a woman, and there's a need. When your family is crying out for you, you got to get in there. Until if the Most High has prompted you with someone, your Boaz or whoever He has for you, then you still got to go take care of your bills. You know, that's something you shouldn't leave in a man's hands, because if it's the wrong man, he's gonna misuse you and mistreat you. So even if he got money, you want to make sure he got good sense. And the only way he got good sense is if he served the Most High. You know what I mean? I'm no fool, but I will tell you, a man that has money, that's great, that's awesome. But if he's a wise man, he's gonna serve the Most High. He's gonna know that this just didn't fall in his lap, that the Most High had blessed him with it, and he would know how to find a good, righteous woman, whoever she is. And so I praise Yahweh on this. I'm praying everybody be all right. You know, the enemy, narcissists, they all about, when they use those satanic gadgets and devices, they all about gang stalking. That's their whole way of life. 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. They don't think about nothing else. They can't even have a decent, that's how you can peep them out. They can't have a decent conversation without thinking, what tactics should I use? Now that I finally got her or him in my presence, I'm excited. Now what tactics should I use so I can get that $1,000 cash? Yeah, but whatever it is, they have no self-control. It's all about gang stalking, and you're saying this is a pathetic soul. This is a pathetic soul, that this is all they know, is trying to hurt and hate on somebody just to make an income, or just to get Section 8 or Medicaid. Maybe that's why Trump pulling out the Medicaid, because some of them don't need it. If you ain't doing what you need to do for yourself, ain't nobody gonna take care of you. Ain't nobody gonna stick beside you. If we the righteous, we coming up in this world, I'm not taking you with you when you couldn't be a loyal friend, or you're a good family member, a good coworker. I can't take you. I never saw Jesus take Satan. No, he kept saying, get behind me, because that's all you do is follow. You're a follower. You know what I mean? You're a follower. The enemy get mad when I say these things, but I'm just trying to put the truth out there. You can't handle it, then this might not be the channel. It might be the channel for you. And it's usually narcissists. They like to be in spots where they're not wanted. They always try to get into what you're saying. They want to be able to talk into what you're doing and be around your friends. Go get your own friends. The city, state government, local officials ain't around now. So anybody out here being targeted, go do what you do. They ain't coming in. They ain't trying to work. They may see their scholarship people. They ain't doing it. They gonna send their scholarship people, the people that come underneath them. So, really, I'm vibing. They have they plain clothes cops and whatnot, they agents. But that has nothing to do with me. I'm enjoying this weather, and living life for him. And many people can't say that, because I like being by myself. So it doesn't bother me to be by myself. Only thing I would wish is to have my children, but when it comes to having relationships, I've already had my marriage, so I'm getting up there. But hey, however the Most High sees it. If He sees it, then I'm claiming it, and that's how we doing here. So God bless you all, and have a blessed day, and be careful out here. All right.